Welcome, my loves. Today's episode is for a woman who knows she is outgrowing a version of herself that she was told to be and is ready to become who she truly is. But maybe she is waiting for that little dose of motivation to take that next step. So, first, let's just take a deep breath in and exhale and allow yourself to fully arrive, not just for this episode, but into your body, neck down. So today I'm diving into this identity shift that so many of us crave, but we silently avoid it. Because with any kind of deep shift that we desire, we know that there is an inner death that needs to happen before the rebirth. And that's what we are scared of. And I agree, that part is scary. It's chaotic, it's messy, but it's also holy. So let's be honest. A lot of us feel this inner nudge, this deep inner voice that keeps screaming at us that something is not right. This longing to change, to expand, to rise. But still, most of us stay stuck. Not because we are not capable of change, but because the identity that we have been playing for so long, it feels safe, it feels familiar. And it feels like it's our only way of being. And it's wired into our system like this is the only way we can be safe. And even if that safety means that we have to keep pretending to be something else and someone else. So what we do is we force ourselves to stay like that, to belong, to be liked, to achieve something, and to endure. And we keep ignoring this voice of our intuition just to survive. But eventually, that identity of ours becomes like a prison. And your soul, it starts to scream. Listen, our soul has come with a plan here. And if we are not in alignment with that plan, it'll do anything to move us there. And I've seen this with women I've worked with lately, and I have lived it too. We get attached to identities like the strong one, the selfless one, the achiever, the good daughter, wife, sister, mother, etc. And the one who always holds it together. Even if these roles are silently breaking us down, we hold on to them. And let me be clear, desiring safety is not wrong. It's literally our survival need as a human being. But the problem is that we were never taught to source that safety from within our being. No one actually taught us how it feels to feel safe within our own bodies. Now, some women do realize that something's off and they are in acceptance of it and they want to change. But here's the thing, our systems have been so deeply conditioned with the masculine structure. The first thing we think about is to change our mindset, thinking that changing our minds will change our lives. And please don't get me wrong again. Mindset work is powerful. But I would say for women, it's not enough because it leaves the body out of the conversation. And your body, my dear, does not care about what you've added on your Pinterest board, what you want to manifest, what you want to become. It is only loyal to what it knows, what's familiar, even if it's painful. But that inner voice that was nudging you to change, it wasn't your mind. It was your body speaking, and in some cases, even screaming your soul's desire. That's why true transformation doesn't come only through the mindset work. It doesn't come from reciting your affirmations nonstop or even sitting in endless meditation sessions. And sometimes even your spiritual practices can keep you stuck in endless cycles of seeking and healing and seeking and healing, basically in the cycles of trying to fix yourself. When what we truly need is to come home. The work begins with the body, your sacred home, through which your soul speaks to you. So to become the woman you really desire to be, you must come home to your body first. Let me say it again. To become the woman that you desire to become, your body must come with you. It must feel safe for the body to hold that version of you that you desire. And that happens when you learn to anchor in your breath, in your truth, and in your body's language. Like the way your shoulders tense when you say yes, but you mean no. The way your gut whispers, not this, but your mind overrides it. The way your voice speaks its truth, even if it shakes. When you stop using your mind against your body and start using it in devotion of it, that's when your soul awakens through your body. And that's when your sacred undoing begins. So let me share a moment from my own journey. There was a time in my life when I thought I had it all figured out. I had completed engineering, got a decent job, and I was exploring two of my biggest passions, fitness and spirituality. And it looked like I was doing all the right things. And in many ways, I was growing. But I used to feel that something was still off. It used to feel like no matter how much I worked, I used to feel stuck. And looking back now, I see it clearly. I was trapped in modalities and practices that didn't fully align with my soul's calling, with my soul's true path. All those practices had helped me to a certain point, but I wasn't fully embodying what I'd learned. And eventually I felt like I was caged by the very life I'd built for myself. The job culture wasn't aligned. Even some spiritual practices felt too draining, too rigid, too masculine. And then what happened in 2020, my body began to speak louder. I would wake up middle of the night, sweaty, anxious, and terrified about the future. And what I did, I kept trying to fix it. More healing sessions, more workshops, more practices. But the more I tried, the more trapped I felt. And at one point, I felt so exhausted that I felt like this is it. I cannot go on like this forever. And then one night again, I woke up anxious, sweaty, filled with fear. And then I heard this voice say, just let yourself be. And after resisting it for so long, I finally surrendered. That night, I allowed myself to sit in the silence, in the stillness, and I just allowed myself to feel. And I let that uneasiness that I was feeling inside my body to just keep moving through me. And I just kept feeling how it was moving within me, what it was doing inside of me, and where it was going, what was the sensation like, and what were the flavor of it. I just felt everything. And for the first time in a long time, I felt empty. I felt so empty, but in a peaceful way. And that night was my first taste of embodiment. That moment for sure was the first time when I met my inner feminine for the first time, and a whole new door opened for me. And I realized this for the first time somatically, although I'd heard it multiple times from so many people that the answers are not outside of you, they are inside of you. But I felt it. For the first time, I felt it. The answers I was seeking were there inside of me. They were never outside, they were always within me. But I had to allow myself, instead of ascending, first descend within my being and allow myself to go through this sacred undoing. So my old self was dying, and the new self felt so foreign to me. I didn't even know how to understand myself back then. It really felt scary, honestly, because everything was just breaking apart. But it also felt so sacred. No one actually prepares us for this kind of unraveling. Especially as women, we are taught to be something according to what people around us want us to be. We are taught to hold the smile, keep it together, play the part, and keep playing same narrative again and again and again. But the truth is, the feminine within us doesn't bloom in performance. Feminine rises through surrendering, through the shaking, the silence, the questioning. And trust me, the feminine rising is not glamorous at all. It's messy, but it's sacred, it's holy. In these moments when this is happening, you have to remind yourself that you're not breaking down. You are just shedding the skins that were never yours to carry. You are losing the grip on the person you thought you had to be. You have to allow yourself to let go of those parts of you that are weighing you down, and then allow yourself to choose and trust your sacred undoing, not through doing more, but through letting go and becoming less. The woman you're meant to be, she already exists within you. She's not out there at all. Trust me. She's what remains when you peel away all the fears, the masks, and the roles that we carry. And this journey is not about becoming perfect. It's about becoming real, raw, honest, becoming you, becoming your true self, and owning your full embodied truth. And when you allow this process to happen, you slowly start to breathe differently. You start to own your voice. but this time it carries the truth. Your whole being starts to move with more intention. You say no without guilt. You say yes when your body agrees. You start to feel again, to hear again, to come home, not to some future version of you, but to the woman who's always been beneath the voices and noises. And in one final line, I would say, you finally remember you. That's your sacred undoing. Now, I want to leave you with a few questions for reflection. And you don't need to rush this at all. Maybe come back to these questions later with a candle lit and your favorite tea. So ask yourself, what version of me am I silently outgrowing right now? What identities and roles am I clinging to just for safety, even if they feel absolutely misaligned? And where in my body do I feel this shift calling me forward? And if I trusted this unraveling is sacred, what would I be releasing today, now, in this moment? And what is that woman inside of me feels like? How do I speak? How do I move? How do I feel? And how do I love myself? So, my loves, if you are in your in between, your sacred undoing, know this: you are not lost. You are being rewritten. You are not broken. You are becoming whole. Let it fall and let her rise. Thank you so much for listening, my loves. And if you feel that this episode was helpful for you, I would love if you can share it with a sister who you think is on the same path. And if you want to go deeper in this kind of feminine healing and embodiment work, my world is open to you. Come find me. I'll share the details in the description. Let's unbecome together, and I'll see you next time.